So students, we have seen what is work, and according to science that the motion should be produced inside the bodies when a force is acting on it. Then only we can say that a work has been done by the body. So here, according to that definition, we should find what is the formula for work. Okay, so here let's suppose a body is here and a force is acting on that body. So by this we can say work could be a force multiplied by a distance, that the force which is applying on the body and that body is moving from one position to another position. That position changing is considered as how much work is done. Like suppose one body is traveling from one distance to here, okay, A position to B position, let's suppose, and this body is moving with a great force here, force are same, but it is covering a C distance, like the distance in the second body is more compared to the previous one. Force is same, but distance is different. Now we can say who has done the more work. So this B body has done more work, okay? The second body has done more work. So according to that, now the formula that has been formulated here is that work is equals to force multiplied by the distance moved in a particular direction. Okay, so we can say this is the formula. So particular direction is saying that gives us the idea of the displacement. Now I have told you in the previous chapter of motion that the displacement is what? Displacement is a vector quantity, right? That is moving from one position to the another position, and for that we will take a straight line, that is the shortest part between initial position and the final position. So this is initial position and that will be final position. This will be initial, that will be final position. So for two cases we are having different displacement. So because they are moving in a straight line, in this condition only we are having this option. But what if the body is moving in this direction? So for that we will consider this as the displacement, only a straight line. Okay, so work will be force multiplied by displacement here. So that is the formula, students. Now SI unit of work. So you know that work is equals to F multiplied by S. S is the distance travelled and F is the force. Now you know that the SI unit of force is Newton. That is Newton. Okay, and distance could be measured in the meter form. Okay, like if the distance is more, then you can also use a kilometer, but because meter is a standard unit. Which one is the standard unit? Standard is the meter. So for standard one, we have to take the meter here. That is why 1 joule is equals to Newton multiplied by meter. Now, one more thing, we have taken here work as a joule. Okay, so here you should know that Joule is a scientist. On that behalf we have given the name SI unit to work. Why? Because he has formulated some ways and give us the SI unit of energy. And you people know that without energy we cannot be able to do work. That is why the amount of energy is equivalent to the amount of work. जितनी energy होगी उतना ही आप work कर सकते हो, ना उससे कम ना उससे ज़्यादा. Okay, so that is why here we have taken the SI unit of work also a joule. Okay, but another unit, if we want to take it from the standard one, so we can say Newton multiplied by meter. That is also fine. Okay, so that is the SI unit of the work. Now students, let us do one question on the basis of the work formula. You have read that work is equals to force multiplied by distance, and that distance we have to denote it with the capital letter S. You know that. Okay, so here we are having a question here. How much work is done by a force of 10 Newton in moving an object through a distance of 1 meter in direction of the force? Okay, now if there is a body and the force is applicable on it. Okay, so the force is of what value? Is of 10 Newton. Okay, fine. So the distance traveled by this body, now from the initial position to the final position. I have told you we have to take the displacement value. So initial to final we are having a distance of 1 meter. Okay, now we are having both the things, force and the distance. Now we can calculate this question very easily. So for solution we are having force is equals to 10 Newton and distance is 1 and the formula is work force multiplied by S. Now we can put the value 10 multiplied by 1. So now we are having the work value, that is 10 joule. Okay, now you are having that much of easy questions related to the work chapter, that is okay. But what if you are going to find the value of force, okay, and the work and this thing is given to you. Now it is very easy. If a work value is given and the distance traveled is given and the question is asking for the value of force applied on the body, then what you going to do? Work divided by the distance is equals to force. Now the another thing is what? Like if the force is given, work is given, now the question is asking about the distance traveled by the body. If that much of force is applied and the work is done is that much. Now again we can divide these two numbers. So in this case we will have work divided by force is equals to distance. So these can be asked to you in exams, but these all are very easy because you know the formula, you can solve any question now.